It's a warm day in Central Florida where we bring you live final round coverage of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, the season opening event on the LPGA Tour. Cara Banks happy to be in the booth alongside Morgan Pressel. Tom Abbott is calling holes. Karen Stupples and Paige McKenzie are out on the golf course, and Amy Rogers has us covered with all interviews. So let's get straight out to the golf course and find our leader on the 10th hole. Karen Stupples is out there with her. Karen looking at another birdie to get to 18 under.
It is, and this one's going to move left.
There is that personality that we are getting used to. We've been so accustomed to seeing this week as Alim Kim taps in for the par. She's 2 under on her day so far, and her lead has shrunk a little from what it had been earlier this week. Let's go to 15 and say hello to Tom Abbott.
It's Aaron Hicks on the tee, Cara. The celebrities playing alongside the pros here at Lake Nona. It's always fun to see these former athletes and entertainers battling it out on the golf course, out of their comfort zone. Of course, Aaron Hicks played for the Twins, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Angels.
Good shot.
Able to get a lot of spin on that. This hole has been tricky this week so far, but Aaron Hicks making it look easy in that celebrity competition, making his second appearance here at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. So it is Alim Kim by 3, but Nelly Korda charging on Sunday. We're underway here at Lake Nona.
NBC Sports and the LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Orlando, Florida, it's final round coverage of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. So Lake Nona Golf and Country Club is our host for a 4th consecutive year of this unique event that features winners from the previous 2 seasons on the LPGA Tour and celebrities from the worlds of sport and entertainment. The only player to have produced the first 3 rounds in the 60s this week is trying to win wire to wire for the 2nd time in her career. Alim Kim leads Nelly Korda by 3, who will triumph on this Tom Fazio design and earn the first trophy of this new year. Come with us to crown a champion. Well, let's get through some highlights from the early part of this final round. And Morgan, after a bogey at the 3rd, Alim Kim was looking to bounce back at the 4th.
Yeah, with a 3-shot lead to start the day. How would she respond on Sunday? Off to a bit of a slow start, but this beauty here at the 4th.
Yeah, just dialed in, converted that for birdie to get to 15 under, so a good response. Nelly Korda, though, has been on the move. This for birdie at 6.
Yeah, go for broke today. Nothing to lose, just trying to chase down Alim Kim. This for her 3rd birdie in a row.
Nelly playing in the penultimate group. That got her to 14 under to 7, and this was a big par save for our leader after finding the penalty area off the tee.
We saw that right shot catch her out yesterday down the stretch. Huge par save there at 7. Something to watch today.
But the round of the day so far belongs to Minjee Lee and her new long putter.
And hottest player on the course. That for 6 birdies in the last 7 holes.
Well, she is 8 under on her day as that putter makes its debut here at Lake Nona. So here's where things stand. Alim Kim with the 3-stroke advantage right now. Nelly Korda, her closest chaser, 3 back. Jin Young Ko also with a wonderful round, 5 under through her first 11 holes. And speaking of 11, let's get out to our leader.
Alim Kim on the tee. And today the conditions are absolutely perfect. Fairways are running out a little bit more than they have all week. This one's slightly down breeze. Down the left side there, that'll be a really good place for her to play from.
Got a bit of a speed slot there. Whole location accessible on the right side today. I'd expect her to chase something up from that location.
And a couple of good drivers of the golf ball in this, well, 3 good drivers of the golf ball, but 2 of them with more length. It's Alim Kim and this player, Lynn Grant.
Yes, Tom, both Alim and Lynn get a good deal of height on their shots. It's very difficult to really pick a driving champion between the two of them so far today. They've both been great.
Well, to set the scene for this final day, let's head up to our booth with Morgan and Cara.
Tom, thank you. What a week it has been so far for Lim Kim. She has been endearing. She has been fun. She is a full character. Her caddy told me out on the putting green earlier this morning. It's been fun to watch. She's trying to convert wire to wire, Morgan, for the second time. She did that at the Lotte Championship in Hawaii last year for her second win on the LPGA Tour. She's looked almost uncatchable so far this week, hasn't she?
She's very, very comfortable in this position. Knows how to win with the lead, as you said, in Hawaii last year, which got her into this field. But something interesting happened down the stretch yesterday. We started to see a little bit of a right miss. She switched from hitting a draw to hitting a fade this fall. Felt like it was more controllable to get the ball moving left to right, but that has led to a little bit of a right miss. Under pressure, those sorts of things come out. Will it come out down the stretch today? Her short game was impeccable yesterday and really saved her in some of those situations. So she may have to rely on that again as well today.
Slightly different format today than what we've seen earlier on this week, and that the final group does consist of 3 LPGA professionals. They do not have celebrities alongside them. Nelly Korda is not in that final group. She's in the penultimate group. They have one celebrity in that group, Jack Wagner, who had a great round yesterday. Lauren Coughlin, the third in that group. Nelly is chasing, and when the world number 1 is climbing that closely to you, you should perhaps pay attention, be a little bit afraid of that name climbing the leaderboard.
No question, and Nelly loves this golf course. She has won here in a different event here in 2021, so very comfortable around this golf course. She said yesterday that she was disappointed in her putting inside of 10 feet. We saw her have a lot of opportunities. Her ball striking is so superb. She gives herself so many opportunities, but it's going to be about converting them today. Has made 5 birdies so far on the card. That's exactly what she needed to do on the front 9 to start putting some pressure on Lim Kim. Her name means something on that leaderboard when you see it there. Even though they may not be playing in the group together, it's still an intimidation factor.
It really is. She's trying to join her big sister Jessica and becoming a winner of this event. 4 top 4s in this one so far. Never the victory. Let's go to Leona Maguire now on 13.
It's a birdie putt. Maguire, the winner of the Maya LPGA Classic in 2023, didn't have a great 2024 campaign. Trying to get off to a nice start here. That gets her to 8 under par. Member here at Lake Nona, lives in the area. Minjee Lee having the round of the day. She's 8 under par, and she's got a good chance here at the 15th, the par 5, with the tee moved up. And Minjee Lee has that for an eagle to get it to 14 under. I'm not so sure that I saw a 62 out there. That would get her to 10 under for the day. This is Jack Wagner, singer, actor, entertainer, star of soaps on many different networks, and a good golfer is Jack. He's won the Tahoe event a couple of times, the celebrity event that you see on NBC during the summer, and he's won the club championship at Bel Air on multiple occasions, Bel Air Country Club. Paige McKenzie out watching Jack Wagner today. How's he doing?
Well, he gave this one a go. Over the green in 2, was able to land on the green, just ran through. Took relief from a sprinkler head. Was able to get onto the fringe, which was helpful. This putt, it's going to be a good judge of line and speed. There's a ridge or a tier that he's going to be negotiating going over. Should be moving from his left to right. Kind of goes a little uphill and then downhill the better part of the last 3/4 of this putt.
Got a really good angle on the putt here. Played so well yesterday, did Jack Wagner. He shot 69. There's only 4 shots of his age.
I still think it's got to be more right to left than the other way, just because of there. But it's probably a little uphill the whole way now.
So 32 LPGA players. You have to have won the past 2 seasons to get into the field as an LPGA player. Invited celebrities and athletes playing modified Stableford scoring. No handicaps involved. And the LPGA winner walks away with $300,000. Also guarantees that they'll be in the field here for the next 2 years. This is the first event of the 2025 LPGA season, the 75th. birthday of the LPGA Tour. Nelly Korda now for an eagle.
Yeah, great drive hybrid to this point. She would have learned a little off of Jack's putt. His didn't die at the end, so hers will be a little straighter than maybe at first glance. Right to left overall.
And Nelly's going to get to 15 under par. She's going to get back to within 2 of Lim Kim. Back to Aaron Hicks. With that really good tee shot at the 13th, which has proved to be a difficult hole this week. Oh, Aaron. He's married to a pro golfer, Cheyenne Woods, Tiger's niece. And she helps him out with his golf game. She won't be happy that he missed that birdie putt.
Hi, I'm Mark Wang, CEO of Hilton Grand.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Hilton Grand Vacations, award-winning resorts, signature experiences, and unforgettable vacations. By Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, a standard of excellence. And by Hilton, for the stay.
Back out to the 11th hole. Nelly Korda has tapped in to get it to 15 under par. She's 2 back. Lim Kim now with her second to the par 5.
And 228 to the hole. She's got quite a big upslope that she's hitting from, and the ball is above her feet. So obviously getting a ton of height on this one. Slight fade off that upslope, which is a really good thing to do. And it's another tremendous shot into a par 5, Tom.
Yeah, it's going to give her a good chance for an eagle up the hill. Just using that length and the height of the shots to her advantage.
Well, let's jump up to 12 and find Jin Young Ko this to get to 13 under.
This has been one of the hardest holes on the golf course today. Coming off one of the easiest on 11. So something the two at the top have to tackle here shortly.
Oh, she is playing alongside the man who leads the celebrity division of this event, Joe Pavelski, and Mardy Fish, another very talented celebrity participant. Let's go up to 15, Tom.
Minjee Lee has this for an eagle. This is to go 10 under par for the day. Yes! Oh my word. Yes! How about this goal from Minjee Lee?
She's real good.
Lowest career round on the LPGA Tour is 63. If she pars in, she's going to shoot 62. A few more birdies, and she may well have a shot at posting a number that could come into play come the end of the day. To 12.
7 under in her last 7 holes as we watch Nelly Korda tee off the 12th. Worth noting, Nelly was 8 strokes back of Lim Kim's lead at this point yesterday after Lim birdied the 11th. Well, now she is just 2 back, and there is so much more to play for. Plenty of holes ahead here in the final round of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. Ever wonder where LPGA champions go for some well-deserved R&R? Well, they stay with Hilton Grand Vacations at some of the best destinations around the world. Leona Maguire enjoyed some downtime last year at Elara in Las Vegas. At the heart of the Vegas Strip with a stunning outdoor pool and direct access to shops, there's always something to do at Elara. Florida also seems to be a popular destination as Lynn Grant and Grace Kim vacationed there last year. Grace enjoyed Las Palmeras, centrally located here in Orlando, where the choices for entertainment are endless. And Gemma Driver traveled to Cabo Azul in Los Cabos, Mexico. This tranquil oceanfront oasis had just about everything she would want in a resort. You can stay where champions stay too. Head to HiltonGrandVacations.com to learn more. And we'll go to 11.
Out of the par 5, check in with Karen Stupples. Elim Kim next to go.
Yeah, it's another opportunity here for Elim for an eagle. And when I got out here to watch her on 9, she already had an opportunity there which she failed to convert. This is not a bad place to leave it from. It is uphill, and you can be fairly aggressive with it. The green's rolling superbly here at Lake Nona this week.
I mean, that's pretty remarkable, Karen. 11 under through 14 par 5 she's played just this week alone. Here to go to 13.
It's come up a little ways short. Not a guaranteed birdie. Wouldn't expect her to miss that, though. Seemed like she had the line if she'd given it a bit more pace. It's probably about 3.5 feet short. Playing alongside Lynn Grant and Lydia Ko. Lydia next. Lydia's kind of off the boil a bit today, Karen. She's 1 over par for the day.
It is, and that's after staging a little bit of a comeback. I mean, 3 over through 6 holes, and that's not something you'd expect from her. I do think maybe her expectations started to raise a bit as her game started to improve throughout the course of this week. But the conditions are slightly different today. It's warmer, it's humid. You've got the fairways are definitely running out more than they have done, and I'm even starting to hear just a hint of firmness in the greens too. I think it's really allowing these players to have to make some adjustments.
She's the only player over par in the top 22 on the leaderboard for the day. Not anymore. Back to where she started, but not what Lydia Ko was looking for. Started the day 4 shots back of the lead. Now finds herself 6 back, but of course Elim Kim has a putt to get it to 18 under par. So high hopes at the beginning of the day, but those hopes have faded, unfortunately, for Lydia Ko, trying to successfully defend the title here. Shouldn't be too much in this one, should there, Karen?
No, I don't think there's much here. And you know, going back to what Morgan was saying about how many under par Elim is on these par 5s, it's not always been hit the green in 2 for Elim that's caused it. There's been some strategy involved in how she's played her approach shot. Sometimes she has laid up, played a little pitch up onto the green as well, but she's always put herself in a position to make a birdie, to have that opportunity, and that's why we're seeing such good results from her.
Karen, her caddy told me the game plan, the way that she plays, is smart aggressive. So aggressive when you can be, but leave it in the right places when maybe that doesn't set up quite right for her game, and it is paying off.
Well, let's go up to 16, where Paige McKenzie has caught up with Minjee Lee.
At 143 yards after a good drive. Ball was slightly below the feet, so squeezed out to the right.
Coming off that eagle, of course, we just showed you at 15. Climbed to within 4 of our leader and looking to really post a number at the end of her round. Let's go back to Nelly Korda. From the fairway at 12.
Take dead aim here. Back hole location, back center. Comes up just a little bit short. She's hit some beauties into this hole this week. Wasn't able to convert yesterday.
Someone who converted 5 closing birdies on this golf course on Friday is one of its members, like known as Leona Maguire. And another one for her there at 14. Good going for Leona Maguire. That's back-to-back birdies for her at 13 and 14 as she climbs one higher up this leaderboard, but they all chase. A-Lim Kim. This is our leader, A-Lim Kim, on the tee at 12.
This hole has a slight dog leg to it, so if you can keep it down the left side, you're going to end up with a shorter shot. If you're down the right, it will be a longer approach.
Missed this one right yesterday, Karen. Same thing here?
Yeah, it's out that way.
Oh, that's much further right. She was barely off the fairway. That might be okay. Not a lot of rough. It's been quite cold here, so not very thick around some of these fairways.
Well, up at the green on the 12th, this is Nelly Korda with a good look at birdie. This to climb within 2.
Slow putt here.
Good putt. Really good stroke.
So she'll tap in for the par. Stay 3 back for now at 15 under. Let's move up to 16, Paige, and find Minjee Lee.
Lengthy birdie putt. It's going to be slow back up the hill. Whole location today in the top part of this green. Everything slopes away on all directions.
I mean, it's quite the major adjustment to go from a short putter to a long putter like that. I mean, everything about putting changes, but it's clearly working well for Minjee here this week.
She told us on Wednesday it was just a trial week. Might be there to stay after today. To 13.
Well, this hour of Top Tracer Technology is presented by Progressive Insurance as we watch Jin Young Ko try and fire one in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, off the flag. Don't tell me that's going to run off the green. Just needs to settle. Okay.
He set up that tracer beautifully. That was the most perfect looking tracer, right on a rope, dead straight. What a shot.
This is at the 17th. And Rose Zhang. Asking for him to sit down. He's going to sit down nicely. It's going to be Rose's last appearance for a couple of months on the LPGA Tour. She's going to return to her studies at Stanford.
Yeah, let's go back to 12, and this is Lauren Coughlin, her husband on the bag this week. The two of them just bought a townhouse down in Jupiter. So they're looking forward to becoming Florida residents when they have a bit more time to move in and settle in. Lauren and John caddied for her for 10 events last year and is happy to be back on the bag this week. This, though, to save par at the 12th.
She had quite the season last year. I think about the moment they had at Evian there on 18 together with the shot she hit coming down the stretch. And just his excitement, too. I mean, you live through these moments together as a team, and it's fun to see the two of them and their emotions. He a tremendous athlete in his own right as well.
Well, she's playing alongside Jack Wagner. There he is for the second straight day. She said she hadn't played with a more popular celebrity in any of the previous rounds this week, and he stopped and satisfied every single pitch request from all of his adoring fans. As we get back up to 16 and Minjee Lee to save par. Paige, what are your impressions of her form with the putter this week?
Well, when we spoke early in the week, she talked about how she actually preferred the long putter because it felt more like a regular golf swing, which I found to be an interesting observation. Most people use it for the stability around the short putts like that.
Yeah, well, that was a safe par. Only her second par in her last several holes. It had been all birdies and an eagle except the par at 12 and there at 16. Just an incredible run for Minjee Lee on Sunday. To 13.
This is Joe Pavelski leading the celebrity division. He has just been so impressive with his golf. He's a +2 handicap golfer himself. He's playing like it this week.
Yeah, he's hoping to pull off the victory on the celebrity division today. Obviously, we'll continue to check in on that as the afternoon develops. But back to our final group now on the 12th. And this is Lindgrant with her brother Jonathan on the bag. Both of them Swedish. Lindgrant, excuse me.
And she's got 174 to the hole. There's just a whisper of wind into the players right now. Hole location right at the very back of the green. Only got about 5 yards beyond it to use. I haven't been getting any club signals from her brother Jonathan, but expect this to be maybe a 6-iron for Lynn.
Well, she had a wonderful approach to the 18th hole yesterday to birdie the final hole and ultimately book her place in this final group. I caught up with her this morning. I said, did you know you needed to birdie that final hole to get in the final group today? She said she didn't, but she's very happy to be here. And it's just 3 professionals with you out there today, Karen. Looks like Lydia next.
It is Lydia, and she has a 5-iron out. Same yardage as Lynn. And there's going to be no problem with knowing, you know, that dance that the players have in tournament play. You know, who's away, what caddy's taking the flag away, where everybody stands. Everybody knows what the scores are in this group, and they know what they have to do. Lydia, I think, could do with turning things around a little bit. She's been making inroads on that score, but this one's hanging out to the right a bit.
Yeah, not quite the charge we were expecting from both Lynn and Lydia in the final group with Lim Kim today. But there's still time to go as we go to 13.
And Jin Young Ko for the birdie. Oh, stays out there.
All right, now how's Alim's lie in the rough here at 12, Karen?
Actually really good. Only has 170. Ball was sitting up pretty good. The rough here is very light at Lake Nona. This one drawing towards the hole.
She's walking after it like she really likes it. She's got such confidence in her walk, doesn't she, Cara? Just really, I mean, even with a missed tee shot like that, gets away with it. Now we'll have a good look at birdie.
Even her caddy, Bruce, just calls her a real character. Tom spoke so well about it yesterday, that we need that kind of personality out here, and it's been really fun to watch Lim Kim's emotions this week.
So over at 13, Joe Pavelski leading the celebrity division. You might be wondering why he's not playing in the final group. Well, it's 3 LPGA players in the final group today, and then there's 1 celebrity playing in the penultimate group. But it was felt that Pavelski, because he was the leader, should be playing alongside one of his chasers. So he's playing alongside Mardy Fish in that third to last group. Fish not really making a challenge at the moment on the top of the leaderboard. So Pavelski is cruising at the moment, cruising to victory. Just disturbed by something there. Spent so many years playing in the NHL. A hero in Dallas. They miss him there. And now able to concentrate on his golf. He lives up in Wisconsin. So maybe not in the winter as much.
I don't know how much you're concentrating on your golf when it's 30 below.
Exactly.
Said he has a new house, a new simulator in the house, but it's not working just yet. But soon enough, I have a feeling he'll spend a lot of time in there.
Whatever he's doing, he's able to keep his game in good shape, because he's come here playing really well. So we go to the tee at the 17th, the par 3, and Minjee Lee trying to set that target page in the clubhouse.
And this is the narrowest part of the green where this hole is located. It is right on it.
Oh, magic. This is incredible golf from Minjee Lee. Looking likely to be her low round on the LPGA Tour. And she may have a chance come the end of the day. It's going to take a mistake from players at the top of the leaderboard. But you never know when the pressure is on coming down the stretch. This is the actor Michael Pena. He's a member over at Pelican Golf Club, where the LPGA plays late in the year. See this golf swing page?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a pull on that one, unfortunately. And I think we'll really appreciate how good Minjee's is as the day goes on. There's a huge swale just to the right of this hole location. So while when you look at it on a pin sheet, hole location looks like it's in a green light territory, the effective size where that ball has to land around this hole is very tiny.
Well, you know this name, John Smoltz, Hall of Fame pitcher. He's a good player, Paige.
Having a great day today, Tom. Makes you wonder if Minjee and John aren't feeding off each other a little
Well,
bit.
he started the day with 5 straight birdies, John Smoltz. That one's leaking away. He won the celebrity division back in 2020. Well, speaking of John Smoltz, we can hear from him now because he is with another member of our team, Amy Rogers.
Thanks so much, Tom. When I walked into John a minute ago, he thought I just wanted to talk about Minjee, but I was like, your day's been pretty solid, too. 5 birdies to start. What was the key to the great start today?
Well, I'm swinging really slow, trying not to my shoulder and back, and it's actually, you can see I'm getting handsy, so I'm trying to hang on to finish the round. But when you're playing with somebody like her and you watch her swing, all I'm trying to do is emulate half of it. And I've never had 5 birdies to start a round. I dug such a huge hole. I mean, top 5 would be incredible if I could finish it off. But every time I play in a tournament, I learn, and I still got to get physically better to get more consistent.
Well, beware the injured golfer, as they say. What has it been like having a front row seat to what Minjee Lee's doing here today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I don't have a match with her. I'd be so disappointed. She has been controlling her golf ball, obviously. Not even the only question she had of bogey might have been right back there. That's how good she's playing. She missed a couple that you know you can make, but when you're 10 under, I can't imagine what that's like for her to be in this position, knowing you can go a little bit lower.
Well, it's been fun watching you both out here today. We'll let you get some rest, and hope the back feels better.
Yeah, thank you.
John Smoltz been struggling a bit earlier on the week. He told us on Wednesday he got hit by a golf ball last summer, and it really knocked his balance. It's taken him a while to kind of refine his golf game, but he's going well today. No one better, though, than Lim Kim for birdie here at 12.
And she was looking quite a long way right off the hole, trying to get that one to break left, but just a little misread there.
And went actually right off the bat there. You see, looking quite confused there. These greens do make you scratch your head on occasion. They have some subtleties.
Just the tee at the 13th. Nelly Korda chasing Lim Kim.
Needs to take dead aim here. Missed a little bit left earlier in the week.
Beautiful.
Fabulous shot, though, here. Another good opportunity for Nelly. She can't wait for Lim to make mistakes. Got to go get it.
That's Lynn Grant underway for birdie at the 12th.
Bit like a good flowing stroke there, Morgan.
That's one of the things she's working on, trying to lengthen her backstroke a little bit to get better tempo, which would, in effect, give better speed control if you have a more repeatable tempo. So she made a lot of changes to her putting over this winter, working with a couple of putting experts. And what I've seen so far this week has been impressive.
Oh, that's a big part of her story this year, the partnership with her brother. Tom told us a couple of days ago about how she struggled a bit last year on the LPGA Tour, didn't have too many friends or family with her. Everybody back home in Sweden. She doesn't have a base here in the US yet, so Jonathan is going to be on her bag once again this season. Now Lim to tidy up her par, Karen.
A little bit more work in this than anybody would like. It's not just a straightforward straight putt. There's a, looks to me to move to the left. I wouldn't get it outside the hole though, but just enough to make you think.
Instead of a 3-putt on this hole in the second round. And another just surprising mistake, Karen. I mean, it was a misread on the first one, but that's just, when Nelly sees that on the leaderboard, when she gets to the next hole, that's going to be shocking.
Well, she's trying to win wire to wire, much like she did last year. And it is courtesy of this win at the 2024 Lotte Championship that she is in the field at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions this week. She started the final round in Hawaii with a one-stroke advantage over Natalia Guseva. That was her approach into the 10th. It was a nice bounce back from a bogey. She birdied 10, she birdied 11 there. You can see her reactions and emotions exuding. Ultimately, it added up to a final round 68 and a 2-stroke victory for her second win on the LPGA Tour, her first since breaking through at the US Women's Open in December of 2020. It was at Champions Golf Club in Houston, Texas. She shot all 4 rounds in the 60s that week, and she's looking to do the same again this week. She's had 3 rounds in the 60s so far, but Karen, this almost looks like the same length as the par putt that she just blew by.
It's a few inches shorter, but it's definitely one of those things that when you blow one by like this, and then you have to wait just a bit to hit the return, you've got to work hard to keep intrusive thoughts out of your head. Just hit your line.
All right, so the leader drops 1, and Elim Kim down to 17 under. That brings Nelly Korda back to within 2. It's her second bogey of the day. She was almost bogey-free yesterday, but just tripped up on the 18th hole, which did play the hardest hole on this golf course in the 3rd round yesterday.
This is Minjee Lee to get to 15 under within 2 of the lead. I think that was one that she had to birdie the last 2 holes, Morgan. This is an important one here. This is to get within 1.
She won't know that standing over this putt.
Oh, Nelly Korda making a charge on Sunday. Could be closer than it looked yesterday. Only 1 back. Back on the tee at the 13th. This is Lynn Grant.
This hole playing 1 at 62 today. And you see Lynn backing off, and you'll see players back off on this tee because it's just an awkward tee shot in the way that the green is angled towards the players. You're not playing straight up the green. You have to really make sure that you get your alignment right and also your carry distance, because you just need to carry it on the top sort of tier.
Karen, and the width in that space is about 5 yards, but you're talking about that space to carry it. And going a little bit over the flag, a bit wider of an area there, better than missing short.
Well, let's head over to 14, and this is Jin Young Ko, bogey-free today. She's 5 under on her round.
And there we're seeing a little bit of the firmness that Karen talked about coming into these greens. That's one of the biggest bounces we've seen with the wedge all week.
Back to the leader at the 13th.
We've just got a hint of rain starting to fall now, Tom. But Elim hits the ball insanely high. Really great for this flag.
Perfect. She said it again there. She said it on 17 yesterday. Hit it exactly how she wanted to. Knew it the second it came off the club face. Didn't even have to watch it.
We've seen some great shots this week in the world of golf. One of them came on that hole, but also when you look at the hole-in-ones that we've had, this was on the 15th hole at Spygrass, the first round of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro. Rory McIlroy just dunking it. That got a lot of attention. His second hole-in-one on the PGA Tour. Then Shane Lowry, who's had a couple of holes in one already in his PGA Tour career at iconic places in the game of golf, added another one at Pebble. Goes bananas on the tee, as you would expect. And then a legend of the game. No, I'm just kidding. This is Jeff Barker. He's from Hilton. He's a vice president there. He's one of the amateurs in the field. He had his moment alongside Rory and Shane, holding at the 13th at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. Not only did he get on international television, but he also won a cruise courtesy of Arabia for 7 nights. Well done, Jeff.
I mean, just remarkable. He has to clip that and share that video right there, the clip with Rory and Shane with all of his friends. I mean, what a moment on NBC.
This tournament is a lot of fun in many different ways. Let's go to the tee at the 14th.
We find Nelly Korda now just 1 back.
Fabulous shot here from the forward tee onto the green yesterday. Playing back here, playing it as a 2-shot hole with the tee moved back to its original position today.
Yeah, almost a 100-yard difference. It was down to 231 yards yesterday, 313 yards at the 14th hole today. As we go up to 18 pages, that rain we're hearing?
That is. I don't have my umbrella, but it is coming down a little bit. It shouldn't last, and it's pretty light. Really just about finding fairway here with this whole location. It's going to be about positioning for the second shot.
Well, there was no rain in the forecast today.
That's what I was going to say.
Down the left side, but that'll be just fine.
That whole location that you mentioned on 18 is at the back right today, and it did play, as we have said, the toughest hole on the layout here at Lake Nona yesterday. Minjee Lee just finds the left-hand side.
So over at the 13th, Lydia Ko has missed the green here. Just a little out of sorts today is Lydia. Karen?
Yeah, not quite firing on all cylinders. But if you had to leave it anywhere, this is not a bad place to leave it to chip. You had lots of green to use, but I think she just got underneath that one more than she would have planned on, which is unlike Lydia, because she's normally so good around the greens.
Had an amazing season last year. She says her highlight was standing on the podium in Paris, having won the gold medal, listening to the national anthem of her country, New Zealand. Of course, a short time after that, she went on to win at St Andrews on the old course. The Olympic medal, the gold medal, meant that she now has a bronze, silver and gold, and she got a new tattoo to honor that. So on the left, Rio, middle, Japan, right, Paris. The three venues and iconic landmarks from those three countries for her 3 medals.
Christ the Redeemer, Mount Fiji and the Eiffel Tower. The trifecta, Tom. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Now, Lynn Grant for birdie.
And from this part of the green, it's a bit downhill towards the hole. And so she just had to back away there. And often than not, when you see a player do that, it's just because they kind of lose their train of thought a little bit, lose their focus, and they just need to regroup.
Sit. Well, let's move up to 14, and this is Jin Young Ko trying to capitalize on her birdie.
Gotta kind of see, Cara, who's prepared out here with this rain that you said wasn't forecasted. Which caddies carried the umbrella regardless?
What a start Jin Young had. 3 under through her first 4 holes, birdie the second, third and fourth hole consecutively.
I mean, it has just started coming down pretty hard here on our booth. You can hear it.
Yeah, it was not in the forecast. So, but that's kind of the way it is in central Florida. It can get these little pop-up storms from time to time. Certainly not, well, it's not really a storm, is it? Just a little rain. Certainly not too much of an issue. But Karen, did you bring your rain gear?
I did. I've got my rain gear.
You're a pro.
And an umbrella. Like
this is not your first rodeo.
No, you'd have thought it was last year when I kept forgetting it, though. Actually, not too bad here on the 13th. Lydia's putt's a bit downhill as well. Should move a little, I think left, just a little bit left. Could do with this one going in. There you go, Lydia.
Big goal for her is to win the career Grand Slam. She's got 2 majors to go. She needs to win the US Women's Open and the Women's PGA, and she would have all 5 of the current major championships.
Let's go up to 14, and this is Nelly Korda's second hole, playing very different how it did yesterday, Morgan.
Again, giving herself, I mean, her golf swing is so simple, so efficient, and sets herself up time and time again.
Yeah, set herself up there with a birdie that would tie the lead, depending on what happens here, Tom.
Yeah, this is A. Lim Kim to rebound after the drop shot in the previous hole.
It is, and I think it's a fairly, it's not a hard putt, just a bit downhill.
Stayed out there.
It almost looked like we could tell from that angle, she hit it just ever so slightly towards the toe of the putter, started right of her line.
Well, it is Alim Kim versus Nelly Korda. A bit of rain coming down here, just one shot separating them.
Well, Alim Kim made her par at the 13th, so she remains 17 under. Don't forget, Nelly Korda has an opportunity here at 14. But first, it will be her playing partner, Lauren Coughlin, to go. And, well, I suppose if you're a husband that caddies, Morgan, you don't get in quite as much trouble for forgetting the umbrella and or rain gear.
Yeah, definitely this duo a little unprepared for this weather today. But Lauren was excited. This is the first time she's played with Nelly. They're good friends and know each other well, but the first time they've been paired together in competition, and she mentioned that to me earlier today, something she was really looking forward to. Nelly was sharing her umbrella with Lauren, so there you go.
What a good friend. All right, up to 18, and Minjee Lee's coming home, Paige.
Yep, back hole location. Just needs to be aware of that back portion.
Man, what did that hit? That took a huge hop. We have not seen anything like that, just slightly on the ever so tiny downslope there in the middle of that 18th green. Bit unlucky.
Well, this could be a big moment in the tournament now at 14. Nelly Korda with a birdie putt to tie the lead and get to 17 under with Alim Kim. See the top of your picture, the rain coming down across Lake Nona.
And this is the length of putt that she's been talking about this week, Cara, that just hasn't made as much as she would like prior to today. Today has looked really solid. Said she was going to go out on the practice green yesterday afternoon after the round and really drill this length putt. Big moment right here.
Leaves that one out on the right-hand side. You can see her frustration. She was only 1 for 4 putting from 5 to 10 feet on Thursday. So to Morgan's point, those putts have kind of been the story of her week at Lake Nona so far. And perhaps she senses the opportunity missed there with Alim Kim's recent bogey. Back on the tee, here's Lynn Grant.
And this rain is making it a little bit awkward right now for the players, more than what they were expecting, but all three in my group do have their umbrellas, so that's a good thing.
Oh, double cross here. Not a lot of good things happening over there. As you can see, there is the woods. Not quite sure if it got on the left side of that cart path or not. I will say, Karen, here on 15 green, not too far from you, there is no more rain. It is gone.
Yeah, the sun's shining down on 15, so there must be a rainbow out there somewhere as we take you back to the tee at 14. And this hour of Top Tracer Technology is presented by Progressive.
And this tee shot is this 14th hole par 4. Is a short dog leg to the right. A lot of times players will try and lay back a little bit because of this rain. Players are able to take more club off this tee today.
It just does affect things as Alim Kim finds the left-hand side of the fairway. The grips get wetter. It obviously makes the job of the caddy that much harder. And even though this could just be a passing shower, it's always important to keep the clubs as dry as possible. Let's go up to 17.
This is Hyo-Joo Kim. A moment ago.
Nice shot.
Oh, flirting with a hole-in-one.
All right, back up at 18, Paige. We saw Minjee a little aggressive, perhaps. Huge bounce this ball took.
Yeah, the back of this green slopes away from the players, so certainly easy to get away from the players today. Back straight up the hill. It's going to be back into the face of this green. Thick rough, so she's going to need a big swing. Key is getting center of the face, not high or low. Well done.
Yeah, good shot. That's to save her par and get in the house at 10 under. What a round of golf it would be. A 62. It would be the low round of the week and the low round of the tournament here at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. Previously had been 65, which had been equaled twice so far this week, once by Aileen Kim on Thursday, the other by Lydia Ko yesterday. Back at 14, Karen, how does this look for Lynn Grant second?
Well, it's not too bad of a lie. I mean, the rough here is not that bad. I would say, though, that the ball is wet. No wind at all at the moment. The whole location is quite accessible.
Oh, what a shot.
What a recovery there. Able to keep it just on the proper side of the cart path. Not able to see much, as we could tell from our camera angle. Sets up a good look at birdie.
Yeah, one that she needs if she wants to stay in touch. Just 1 under on her day so far today. Lynn Grant, winless last season on the LPGA Tour. Her lone victory came at the Dana Open in 2023. And don't forget, winners of either of the previous 2 seasons are in the field this week. So that is how she qualified to be one of the 32 professionals. Who's away next, Karen?
Well, Lydia's going to go. It's one of those holes that, because of the angle, even though Lydia has less distance, it just appears that she's further away because of the way this hole doglegs to the right. Lydia's on an upslope here. And yeah, I think you do have to be cautious of how much spin you put on the ball.
There is nobody better with these clubs than Lydia. And just, that's surprising, Karen, that upslope catching her out. You don't often see her miss club with absolutely 0 wind or misjudge the distance by that much.
Okay, up at 18, Minjee Lee to cap off a 10 under par closing round of 62. What a moment for the lady that's making her first appearance in the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, usually back home down under at this time of year. She came back earlier and, well, has really made an impression on this final round. She's posted a number, 14 under in the clubhouse, as we get back to our leader on 14.
Aileen also really needs to be careful of the spin. She was from an upslope and managed that.
You called it, Karen. That spun right back.
Just after that slight bit of rain as well, making a difference in the receptive nature of these greens. Got to pay attention coming down the stretch.
Welcome back to our live final round coverage of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. It is the season opening event on the LPGA Tour and what kicks off their 75th anniversary season this year, and they will be celebrating it all year long. Well, this is a unique event with celebrities and amateurs alongside the professionals, as we find one of the professionals on 15, Tom.
This is Rio Takeda, who's a rookie on the LPGA Tour, won late in the season last year in Japan. Her aunt played on the LPGA Tour. In fact, she won on the LPGA Tour in her career. Her mother was also a pro, so it comes from good stock. Let's go back to the 14th.
Lydia Ko's already missed her birdie attempt. Would Aileen Kim have learnt much, Karen?
Only speed, coming from a different angle, but still has to negotiate that little bit of downhill that Lydia did as well.
Oh, good try. That was to extend the lead to 2 once more, but she'll likely finish off for par, and she leads for now by 1 over Nelly Korda, who we find on the tee at 15.
Just a grass bunker out there that you have to watch out from this tee. Should be no problem. Should be able to carry it.
Okay. Good job, man.
For Nelly with her length. And yeah, lands just on the top side of it. And that is in the driver's seat right now.
Back to 14, Karen, and this has got to be the best look of the bunch. Lynn Grant for birdie.
And after those tee shots, you would not have expected that for sure. But I think maybe just playing out of that, the rough just allowed her to be more aggressive with it, knowing that she wasn't going to get that same backspin that the other 2 got. This putt is going to break to the left. It's uphill as well a bit.
One of the changes that Lynn has made with her putting as her grip. I've always seen her putt left-hand low, switch to a little bit more conventional grip, standing a little bit taller as well.
Oh, very aggressive with that one. Yeah, she said she put the new putter grip into practice the week after Christmas. So this really the first week, obviously, that is being tested, being the season opening event on the LPGA Tour. And although she's not putting as confidently as she would like, it has still been better, which should set her up for a good season as Lynn Grant looks for a second win on the LPGA Tour. So now Lydia to tidy up her par.
I don't see a huge amount in this, and it was actually a very good putt from Lydia from the very lower sort of bowl area of this green. She had to come up and over the slope, and then it really went downhill towards the hole.
Well, she's even par on her day so far, and she remains that way. You can see the tough start she got off to. Amazing. 3 bogeys in her first 6 holes after going bogey-free yesterday. It was the 140th bogey-free round of Lydia Ko's LPGA Tour career, and we expected it to propel her onto a closer attempt at defending her title here this week.
It just goes to show you that, you know, golf isn't easy, and just when you think you've got it cracked, it normally finds a way to bring you right back down to earth. But Lydia's got a lot of fight in her, and I think her comeback has been pretty good so far today. I don't see much in Alim's putt here either. Pretty straightforward.
Taking a long time over this. I know she missed a short one on 12, but longer than usual.
Yeah, not much for cushion to work with now, just a 1-stroke advantage, which she maintains thanks to that par putt at 14. So she leads by 1 at 17 under as we go up to the 17th hole.
This is Hayden Yu, putting for birdie. Hayden, a winner in 2023 and 2024, won in Arkansas, Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship a couple of years ago, and then won a brand new tournament, the FM Championship, up at TPC Boston last year. It's a pretty close finish in the kind of fading light up in Boston when the rain came in late on Sunday. Over to the 15th. Check on the scoring system for the celebrities. It's modified Stableford, so once you get to eagle, it kind of changes. 5 points for an eagle, 8 for a hole-in-one, 10 for a double eagle, which means it's not technically over, usually until, even if a player has a big lead, until they've hit their tee shot, or their opponents have hit their tee shot at 17, because they can get 8 points for that. It's an eagle putt here, 5 points on the line for Joe Bawowski.
He's just been so solid this week. I mean, I think even yesterday, Tom, on this hole, when it looked like he was in trouble, nearly holed out his 4th.
Oh, he's making it easy, isn't he? Well, that takes him to 143 points. So he's got a 9-point lead over Jeff McNeil, who also made an eagle at the 15th. Well, one player had a wonderful round today is Minjee Lee, and she now is with Amy.
A wonderful round is an understatement. What a day. 10 under, round of the tournament so far. Minjee, what happened out there today?
I just hit a lot of shots closer to the pin than I did the other 3 days, and just hold some really nice putts to keep the momentum going. So, yeah, pretty much if you're hitting fairways and you're hitting greens, pretty easy game, isn't it?
We notice you have a new putter in the bag. How would you assess your game overall now as you get started with the season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just I got a little bit of freedom in just, you know, putting with something new and going on a different adventure. So, yeah, all positives at the moment, but we'll see how we go. Yeah.
We've still got some of our leaders out there. They're going to head down that closing stretch. What can they expect over those last few holes today?
yeah, I mean, 15 is up, so it'll be reachable for most of the girls. And then, yeah, it's pretty still out there, so quite soft conditions, so you can go pretty much straight at the pins. So I don't think they'll have any trouble, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure they'll play great.
As did you today. Congratulations on the great round. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
So said she's experiencing a bit more freedom putting with the long putter. Let's show you how she closed things out today. Really got this run going down the closing stretch, starting at 13, Morgan.
Already 6 birdies on the cards here.
I said this is kind of a different adventure. Doesn't sound totally committed to this putter yet, but that was 1 on 13 and backed it up here at 14.
Sounds pretty simple though, Cara. Hit it closer to the hole. Hit fairways, hit greens, hit it closer. Although those are some lengthy putts she's making here.
She spoke about 15, the tee being moved up, and she took advantage.
Their putter was the same length, 15-ish feet.
439 yards, the 15th hole is playing yesterday compared to over 500 that it was yesterday. So there she is. She's posted the number. She's third right now and in the clubhouse at 14 under, 10 under par 62. As Amy said, it's the round of the week, and it's a new tournament scoring record here at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. Wonderful debut from the Australian in this season opening event. As we get back out to the golf course and find our world number 1 with the sun now shining down on 15.
Excellent drive to this point. 183 yards remaining. Needs to carry the first 5 paces on this green.
Amy just ever so slightly right.
Hates it. Caught that heavy.
He's going to get away with it, though. I'm not sure if that'll quite stay there or fall back off that false edge. Looks like it's going to hang up. If that's your worst shot of the day, that's okay.
This is the amateur junior golfer Asterix Talley, who's playing here as an amateur, not in the celebrity field, but in the amateur field. She won the Hilton Grand Vacations Annika Invitational presented by Rolex to get into the field. That was her 5th AJGA victory. She played in the Curtis Cup, of course, last year. She's one of the most anticipated junior golfers in the US. Her handicap, by the way, plus 7.7. We may see Asterix Talley later in the year when the LPGA players play alongside the AJGA girls at the Mizuho Americas Open. It's at Liberty National, just outside of New York City. Lydia Ko on the tee at the 15th.
And this hole with the tee being moved up really makes you change the angle that you have to look for which to drive. It's very easy to run out of room down the right, so you have to squeeze this one down the left side. Perfect. 245 carries that grass in bunker, and you can see she's landed that right opposite on the left side.
And that's the narrow side, too, left of that grass bunker. Not a lot of fairway to work with, but didn't miss the center of that slot.
Now, Lynn Grant.
I'm still obsessing over Asterisk handicap. Plus
Handicap
7. She had 7 shots.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My very best when I was an amateur was plus 4, so plus 7 is like outrageously good. This is a really high tee shot for Lynn. Should have no problem carrying everything. And
Well, she's plus 7.7, so isn't that plus 8?
yes, you're right, it is.
I mean, plus 8.
She's never going to win any club
You don't,
competitions.
she's got to shoot 8 under par to
Yes.
level stable for points. Okay. Alim Kim on the tee.
And Alim's been out driving Lynn so far today, so again, you should expect her to have no problem carrying that little grassed-in bunker. You just have to really be strict and disciplined with your target and aim towards it, because you feel like you're hitting across yourself, because the tee box points you out to the right, but you've got to aim to the left.
Perfect. Set it again, right there, perfect.
Was that Elim Kim who said that? I love the confidence. A little chuckle, and as the ball's in the air, calling it perfect. It's pretty close here. Nelly Korda's only one back. There's a chance for birdie when we come back. This is Nelly for an eagle at the 15th.
Speed read just as important on this one. Where she's standing is quite a bit uphill, but it levels out.
Such good pace from Nelly Korda. Should be an easy birdie. That would tie her for the lead. And back to the player who turns 16 later this month. Asterisk tally. Oh, well, when you're off +8, you've got to make those. Winner of the AJGA's Hilton Grand Vacations Annika Invitational, presented by Rolex, which happened a couple of weeks ago. And Annika, of course, has supported the AJGA for many years, developing great young players and helping them at each level of the game. Of course, Annika has an event in her name on the LPGA Tour now. Asterisk Tally might be playing in it pretty soon. Coughlin for a birdie, not happy with it.
It was funny, Tom. I was talking to Lauren on the range today, and she played with Jack Wagner yesterday, playing with him again today. Said, I had no idea how famous he was. She said, until I saw all of the fans excited. And she said, he actually filmed a video personalized for her grandmother. And her grandma said it was the greatest day of her life that Jack would have filmed this video for her. And she said it's been so much fun. She said the way that he played golf yesterday, got off to that incredible start. Amazing round of golf. It was a lot of fun to be around him. He said today, he goes, you know, it's going to be different playing with two competitors really fighting to win this championship. I'm not going to have the celebrity around for the laughs today.
Jack Wagner, I've seen him play in many of these celebrity events. Let's see if he can make this.
Well, he's held his own in the competitiveness today, certainly alongside these two competitors in Lauren and Nelly. Disappointed not to get up and down there.
He was a good junior golfer, Jack Wagner. He knows the game very well. I'm sure he is relishing playing alongside these two players, especially with Nelly right in the hunt. Lauren Coughlin's played well, but not quite in the hunt to win at the end of the day. Nelly, on the other hand, different story. This to tie the lead. Nelly Korda tied for the lead here at Lake Nona, coming off a 7-win season last year on the LPGA Tour and trying to start 2025 with a victory. Lim Kim, who's been holding the lead pretty much since the beginning of the week, is now tied at the top and is going to have to fend off a player who's been at the top of the world rankings for the last 45 weeks.
Well, let's head up to 16 and find the only rookie in the field this week, Rio Takeda. This is for birdie to climb to 12 under. And after winning the Toto Japan Classic, she deferred her membership to begin this season. That's why she is the one and only rookie in the field in this Tournament of Champions.
Lauren Coughlin and her husband John Pond just departing there. So now the green is clear, and it looks like Lydia will be first to go.
It is. She's got 171. She's got a 6R now. I think this is a smart play. I think 171 is a bit in between clubs for Lydia, so you really don't want to go long. There is a bit of help in this wind too, albeit very slight.
Shot. Up.
That's pretty good there. So Lynn Grant will be next to go. Now that the lead is tied, Karen, do you think Lim Kim, or Lynn Grant for that matter, knows where they stand?
I don't think I see Alim really looking at too many leaderboards. I think she's just enjoying her golf right now. Lynn typically likes to look around and see what's out there and see what's going on. But you're right, I haven't really seen too many. There's one right behind the 14th, but I didn't really see them looking over too much at it.
There's a leaderboard on the 16th hole as well. This is the 15th.
I'm sure her caddy has some idea of what's going on. If Alim herself doesn't want to know, Karen, it's really important that the caddy knows, just to help make some of those important decisions coming down the stretch.
I think, you know, when I watch Alim play, like, she's just really excited to hit shots, to play golf. And I think when you're in that kind of a mindset, it almost doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, because you're playing so well that you just can't wait to get to your ball and to hit your stuff.
And you look, Karen, that's exactly what she said entering this final round. Alim said, I don't care if I'm leading or chasing, I just focus on my line and hit it. Well, she has now been caught by Nelly Korda, who shares the lead. It's hit a beauty there at 16. So, all of a sudden, the lead is being shared by two, and one of them is the world #1 Nelly Korda, coming off a historic season. She's trying to chase Alim Kim down in the season opener.
Back in the final round of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, and Alim Kim has a putt for an eagle here at the 15th.
I went back there and had a look at this line, and it looks like it wants to break to the right off the left side of the green. But all of this putt is just about the speed, and if you're Alim, you're just trying to get this one close. Just give yourself a stress-free birdie.
Just really has to dial in the speed here, Karen. We have seen, if there's been any slight errors, it's been a few 3 putts on this back 9 this week. This is a moment where you don't want to let Nelly back in that way. Beautiful speed there.
That should give her the birdie edge. Alim Kim 1 shot ahead once again. Just that advantage, which come the 18th green could be all important. I have a feeling like this is going to go down to the wire.
It's never easy to play with a big lead, Tom. Those in the lead have all the pressure on them, and those chasing have nothing to lose, especially someone like Nelly Korda with all the firepower and the ability. She's not out here playing for second place.
Now Lynn Grant.
And from this side of the green, it's going to be a little bit quicker. And I think that the new putting grip, I know Morgan, she says she feels very comfortable with it, and she kind of took to it straight away. This being the first tournament out, I think there's still a little bit of room for her to get even more comfortable with it. I think today she's had some opportunities, hasn't been able to get the ball to drop, but I do like the flow that she has with it.
That one almost sounded like she didn't hit it solidly. Took it back quite a long way and then didn't come off the putter face very well. But it's always an interesting week, the first week of the year, where you're really kind of trying a lot of new things, whether it be swing, clubs, etc., seeing how they work under the gun.
Well, let's go up to the 16th hole, and this is Jack Wagner with his second.
That's a pretty good leave right there where this hole is located. Difficult to be too aggressive.
I spoke to him on the driving range this morning. He said, I'm just going to chill today after my 69 yesterday and enjoy hanging with the girls. Great group, obviously, with Nelly Korda now tied for the lead and Lauren Coughlin. As we drop back to 15, an eagle look for Lydia.
This one's uphill for Lydia. Going to move a little bit to the right as well. Being a member here, she knows these greens well.
She was saying yesterday she should know this golf course better than anyone else in the field. hasn't translated into a victory this time around for Lydia. Going to see her play maybe a few more times in 2025. She's expecting to play up to 23 tournaments, adding an extra tournament with the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown, which is an international team competition late in the season, but they're going to add a world team for 2025, and Lydia would qualify for that. New Zealand not able to get in as they don't have enough players in the world rankings high enough to constitute their own team. So Lydia likely to be part of that world team. Let's go to 16.
Yeah, find Nelly Korda with her second.
It's 140 yards. She's got 8 iron. Feels like a lot of club. There is danger behind this whole location. It slopes back away from the players, but this headed right.
Looks like she got ahead of it on that upslope there.
And she was in a bit of an old divot. It had grown in.
It is the right distance there, hole high.
Let's go back to 15.
Short birdie putt here for Lim Kim to get back to 18 under.
Taking nothing for granted, Tom. Still going through her routine.
Player who burst onto the scene in the COVID year 2020 at the US Women's Open in Houston, birdied her last 3 holes for the victory there.
Okay, so Nelly Korda is now 1 back at 17 under. She really put herself in this position thanks to her finish yesterday. She birdied 4 of her last 5 holes, including the last 3 straight, Morgan, and it was thanks to the putter on 16.
She had gotten a little bit frustrated with her putter in the middle of the round. Wasn't able to convert some good opportunities, but made quick work at the finish.
Yes, she'd struggled a bit with her putter inside 10 feet, but really hoped this would give her a boost coming into Sunday. That was the birdie at 16, at 17. She hit 10 approach shots to 10 feet or closer this week, and there was a couple of them on the last 2 holes yesterday. The 18th play was the toughest hole at Lake Nona on Saturday, but didn't seem to bother the world number 1 as she birdied it. She put herself right in contention about halfway through the 3rd round yesterday. She was 8 strokes off of the lead held by Lim Kim. She's now just 1 back. She's 6 under on her round with 3 holes to play. Well, speaking of Lake Nona residents, Lydia Ko is 1. Leona Maguire is another. Playing her way into the final hole here at 18.
She should have a lot of confidence heading into this season with the way that she has played here this week. Not what she wanted last year, but really stellar performance.
Well, here's our leader, just casually signing an autograph as she moves across from the 15th green to the 16th tee. And we'll go up to 17.
Former world number 1, Jin Young Ko on the tee.
It's just really scoreable here right now, Tom. Jin Young putting a wonderful round of golf together, but not much wind to speak of. After that rain, softened the greens ever so slightly.
Careful, it's quite steep there, can run away. Another player who's planning to play more in 2025, and she's kind of rededicating herself to the game, having struggled with some injuries last year. You can see that ball just coming to a finish there on the edge of the green.
Well, back on 16, Jack Wagner's left himself with a long look at birdie, and that comes up well short. See him shaking his head.
It's always a tricky hole location, that back hole location on 16. We see time and time again players from long range page struggle with the distance control on the first putt.
That's right, Morgan. Where this is located, it really falls off in every direction. So every single putt towards this hole is uphill. And if you go past the hole, you're going to be heading back down, and it's going to slope away from the players. So I think that's why you see players tentative towards this particular hole location. So for Nelly, again, back up the hill towards this hole. That's a nice judge of speed.
Yeah, well done. Good lag. She'll likely tap that in to stay at 17 under and 1 back as she's trying to come back from 4 strokes to win this season opening event. As we go back to the tee and find our leader, Lim Kim.
Pretty straightforward tee shot here. I mean, it's a straight golf hole. There is a grassy bunker in the middle of the fairway that's 270. Something that's definitely in the player's mind. Incredibly still out here right now.
It was so funny speaking to Lim's caddy this morning, Bruce. He said, we communicate very well. Obviously, she's Korean, I'm American, but when she wants to hit it, she just stands up on the tee and says, boom. And he's learning her this week because it's the first week of the new partnership. Let's go to 17.
Joe Pavelski on the tee. Double bogeyed the 16th. No such problem here. And he's going to have this wrapped up here pretty quickly.
All right, back at 16, Paige, and quite a long look left for par for Jack Wagner.
No doubt. Part of it is just he didn't hit a great drive off of the tee, so he had a longer club in, had to be more conservative with the approach shot. And it's an interesting example of how one shot can kind of trickle throughout the rest of the hole. And that is where the mistake was made.
Oh, disappointing bogey. Still get him a point in this modified Stableford format, but just not quite the player he was yesterday. Tom's mentioned the numerous club championships he's won over at Bel Air Country Club. He was once ranked by Golf Digest as the #1 golfer in Hollywood. Said he works just about 3 months of the year now, and the other 9 he's usually golfing.
Now for Nelly, earlier in the day, she missed a couple short putts. She missed one on 8 and another one on 10. This is much shorter than the 2 that she missed, but something to just can't take anything for granted.
Yeah, that was crucial, really. You have to feel with the form she's had with the putter so far this week, it's frustrated her at times. She needs to stay within touch. Just 2 holes to play. And world #1 stays 1 back. Well, let's go up to the closing hole here at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. We just showed you Leona Maguire. Wonderful approach into the 18th hole at her home club.
Oh, so frustrating after that fabulous shot into this tough hole location back there. Still a really solid week, all in all, for Leona.
Jin Young Ko for a birdie across the green at 17. Jin Young would like to win a major championship this year. She's got 2 to her credit. They both came in 2019. Chevron Championship and the Amundi Evian Championship. With 15 wins on the LPGA Tour, certainly wouldn't bet against Jin Young Ko winning 1, maybe more than 1 major in 2025.
Well, let's get back to our final group here on 16.
You've got 48, you've got another 8 behind it, 156.
It's an 8 iron.
And it will be Lydia
Probably
Ko.
going to be short of it, but I think you can be nice and aggressive with it.
Just off the draw line.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like right to left.
Yeah, correct. No, I like that. It means you can be aggressive with it. Just commit to it, okay?
That was a really good conversation there. You know, Lydia's got the 8 iron out. The ball is above her feet, which is what she's calling a draw line. I really feel like she can throw this one at that hole. This should be a great club for her from this yardage.
Karen, it sounded like she was saying they're a little in between clubs, going with the lesser of the clubs. Don't want to miss this long, but this will allow her to be aggressive through it. Just about how they drew it up right there.
Yeah, Lydia and her caddy, Paul Cormack, they've been together since towards the end of the 2023 season. Next will be Lynn Grant.
And she's just found herself in a little indentation where a divot has grown in. It's not too bad, though. I wouldn't be too unhappy if that was where That ended up from 141.
Feels like she tried to get a little steeper with that one. A big divot for Lynn there. Lovely shot.
You know, she's increased her greens in regulation every day this week. She found 13 on Thursday, 14 on Friday, 16 yesterday.
I like that.
Let's see if Alim Kim can follow suit.
And she's got 140 on a massive upslope though. Just managed to avoid all the divots. That proves that this is a popular spot to end up in. Upslopes can be quite tricky. The tendency is to pull them from upslopes, but having watched her this week, she will actually hold the club face on these upslopes and almost try and hit a little fade from them.
Really flat-footed there through the ball.
Did you see she nodded as soon as she hit that? Like, yep. That's how I wanted it. And the club back to Bruce. Let's go to 17.
It's a birdie putt for Joe Pavelski. He only needs to make a point on this hole to secure the title. So that's going to be good enough. The Stableford scoring system, nobody's going to be able to catch him. So Joe Pavelski is going to win the celebrity division of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. He wasn't able to win in Tahoe. He's come very close on a number of occasions, but he is going to get the win here.
Good effort from Jeff McNeil, trying to defend the title he won last year. He's moved up that leaderboard today.
Jeff McNeil is 5 under par on his own ball today, so he's really played well. Here's Nelly on the 17th.
This is an 8-iron. Very narrow portion of the screen. Anything right of it's going to collect in a funnel on the right side of the green.
Oh, I don't want to go down into that funnel. Careful. It's going to give her a birdie try. Made that par at 16. Nelly trying to close the gap again. She's been chasing, managed to tie a few holes ago. Alim Kim ahead at the moment. Let's go to 18.
And find Celine Boutier with her second.
See where this hole is located today. Got to get it over that slope about halfway into the green. And everything funnels down right to the hole.
Oh, what a performance. Oh, well, that was just a moment ago. And playing with her, we just showed you his position on the celebrity leaderboard, the defending celebrity champion of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. It's Jeff McNeil, the left-hander.
It's been hard to compete this week with Joe Pavelski, who has hardly made any mistakes, but very solid effort in his title defense.
Yeah, for someone who's still playing professional sport. He's part of the New York Mets. A very good golfer. Actually used to be a competitive golfer in his youth and junior days. Let's drop back to 16, which is where the final group have arrived. And Lydia, Karen.
She's looking at this putt, and Paige described this whole location quite well, and it almost feels like it's at the top of the highest point on this green where this hole is located. Every which way you go, you're going to have a slight uphill putt. Not a huge amount, but just enough to make reading it more difficult and judging the speed.
Yeah, not too bad. She'll have a couple of feet left for par. Dame Lydia Ko. She was made of the New Year's Honours List in New Zealand on January 1st for her services to golf. So we go up to 17.
Yeah, Wags!
Jack
Come on,
Wagner's
baby!
tee shot.
Blop! Yeah, Wags!
One of his fans is excited.
Well, how can you not smile?
And the club twirl, too. I mean, he knew it was good, too.
Oh, wonderful support. It was funny listening to Lauren Coughlin speaking about her experience with Jack Wagner yesterday, saying he was by far the most popular celebrity she'd played with all week. He didn't turn down one photo request.
I said by 100 times that it was the most recognizable celebrity out here by the fans.
And now this big moment for our leader at 16, Karen, a chance to climb 2 clear.
Well, it would be a very timely moment too. Extending your lead is pretty cool coming down the stretch. Allows you to enjoy the 18th, and she's going to have that. Still a bit of stress on 17, but that'll help.
Oh, wow. There she goes again.
Nearly walks it in, putter in the air, confident stroke, dead center, back of the hole. I mean, if there's any doubt, self-doubt in her mind, it did not show here. What a confident stroke.
How do you respond to the number one catching you? You go birdie, birdie on the last 2 holes, 15 and 16, to extend the lead once again to 2. And this is the reaction that we've just been enjoying all week. It looks kind of similar, actually, to another pretty famous name in the game of golf. Look at that. The great Jack Nicklaus on the left, obviously en route to winning the 1986 Masters at the age of 46. The raised putter in the left hand. She's learned from some of the best. Lynn Grant unable to follow suit. You saw Ailem fist bump her caddy as she secured that birdie, Bruce, and he said he's never met someone who likes to fist pump as much. Barely a hole goes by that she doesn't want to fist bump. So an emotional leader who has extended it to 2. Let's go to 17.
This is Nelly. This is important for birdie. It's going to stay 2 behind. 18 has to be thinking birdie.
Yes, crucial stages, closing stages of this tournament. As we go to the closing hole, is Jeff McNeil to finish with a 3-point birdie. Unable to do that. He did say, though, the reason that he's playing professional baseball is because golf didn't work out. This was his first sport. And a pretty good performance trying to defend the title he won last year. Back to 17.
Lauren Coughlin.
She's got a good birdie look here, Tom, and spoke with her a little bit earlier this week. She said she's been striking it really well. It's just the putter that's heated up the last couple of days. So trying to get another one here. And needs it on this Sunday.
Still, all of the race to the CME Globe points are important come the end of the year. So keep fighting out there. 218.
And in that group alongside Jeff McNeil, the professional is Celine Boutier. And she manages birdie at the last to climb to 5 under. What a great group she's had.
It's just a fun part of this event. A little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere. Unless you're in the final group today, that is.
Yeah, Rayanne and Jeff McNeil alongside the French woman. Back to 17.
Here's Jack Wagner. Let's see if Jack can make a 2.
I think that'll feel good after the 3-putt on the previous hole if he can clean this one up. Excellent approach, perfect leave. Not much to this putt. It's relatively flat where this hole is today.
Give his fans something else to cheer about here on 17.
Come on, Jack. Oh, no, it wasn't his best stroke there.
Almost looked like he was looking at the hole when he took that putter back.
Well, he has been doing that, yeah. He's been looking at the hole as he's putting.
It's a very late last-second look at the hole.
Thank you. It's a great hair, isn't he, Jack? Never looks any older. 65 years of age, still playing great golf. Hopefully he'll be back next year to battle it out. Now Nelly for the par.
At this length, again, it's just about execution, making sure making solid contact, not having any movement with the upper body that would throw off the club head.
Yeah, this one has to go in if she misses this.
Yeah, if anything, it wants to slide to her right. But again, just steady over the ball.
Okay, got to be thinking birdie on that 72nd hole. 2 back, Alim Kim obviously could do the same and really run away with it.
She had a fantastic birdie on that 18th yesterday. Play aggressive golf here. And Alim Kim, watching, saw exactly what she needs to do. If she is paying attention, she saw that was a 2-putt par from Nelly.
Player who, as I mentioned, came to our attention at Champions Golf Club in 2020. She was not an LPGA member. There was no qualifying for the US Women's Open in 2020 because of COVID, so it was a fully exempt field. She managed to get into the field courtesy of her ranking and her play in Korea, and then surprised everyone with the way that she handles herself against the best players in the world, playing in her first major championship. So she got that win in 2020, and it's taken a while for her to get back into the winner's circle, but she did it, as we showed you earlier, at the Lotte Championship in Hawaii in early November. And then once again, Karen, she is at the top of a leaderboard just a couple of months later. And we'll be watching our top tracer technology in this hour, presented by Progressive Insurance.
You have to think, Tom, that when she won the US Women's Open, that the level of expectation from her home country of Korea, all her fans, and everybody had to really go up exponentially. And, you know, the pressure had to be really intense on her, certainly in those next few years. And I think that when 4 years passes, you have an opportunity for things to settle down a little bit. And, you know, really now she's allowed herself to really embrace her talent. Because quite frankly, she has plenty of it. Really high quality ball strike here.
Look at how high that is. It's one of her absolute strengths with her iron game. And just taking away that draw, we've mentioned it this week, that's one of the big changes she's made in the past handful of months. It's really made the ball more controllable for her. She just has one miss that we've seen a little bit right, but talked to her coach, Tony Ziegler. He said that she, at one point, was having a 3-way miss. I'm not sure what the 3rd way was, but I think it was a little heavy, was the 3rd. But she's really dialed in her ball striking and made it look easy here this week.
Now Lydia Ko, a player who can make ball striking look very easy out there.
Yes, she can. She has a 7-iron out. Lydia really embracing her fade sort of over the past year or so as well, and I think that's a good move for her. She's going back to what she's most comfortable with, and this going on that little fade.
There's a lot of similarities there, Karen, between the two of them, both trying to eliminate the left side of the golf course. That being probably the biggest difference in Lydia's comeback from 2023 to 2024. I saw her, especially with her driver, miss a few low left that were very costly in 2023, and certainly no sign of that last year.
Now Lynn Grant.
I imagine Lynn's using, yeah, I haven't had any signal from her brother and caddy as to what club, but I would assume that this is less than Lydia, maybe just one less 8-iron.
Lynn has beautiful rhythm to her golf swing.
Hanging out to the right a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to run away from the green. So a bit of work to do. Is it going to be up against that fringe?
Up at 18, this is Jin Young Ko with her second. Great day of golf she's having, 7 under par.
Oh, just not going to get over the crest of that hill there. Going to be a slick putt from the top of that mound.
Oh, she's bogey free today, obviously being bettered by Minjee Lee, but some great rounds of golf out there. Now here is Joe Pavelski. Oh, you saw him just point over to the left. Marty Fish is the other celebrity in this group, so looks like he's going to let the former tennis star go first.
A little bit of tree trouble when you get over on this side of the fairway, but with the whole location on the right, might be okay. All about solid contact out of that bunker. Really nice shot from there. That was not easy.
Yeah, well done. Marty won this event in 2021 and 23, and while Joe Pavelski will be our 2025 celebrity champion as we watch him with a bit of tree trouble of his own, Morgan.
I wonder if he knows that he's already got it locked up. He must know, but this is the kind of shot where you could maybe break a club around that tree or your hand. Not something that you want to be too aggressive with, or it's not worth it in this position of the championship. But doesn't look like he's used to being tough out there.
Oh, no bother for the hockey player. Well, as we keep an eye on where he chased it up to, let's just remind you a little bit about Joe Pavelski's career. Of course, 18 seasons in the NHL. He just announced his retirement last summer. Played for the Dallas Stars for a while. This was game 4 of the Stanley Cup in 2020. He scored to make it 2-0 in the game. It was his 11th goal of the playoffs. Tampa Bay would go on to win the Stanley Cup that year, but he played his first 13 seasons with the San Jose Sharks, the last 5 with the Dallas Stars, and this is his first year of retirement. As we get back to the 18th tee and find Nelly Korda.
Just about position this whole location back right. And just another one right down the middle.
Really interestingly, changed drivers from round 1 to round 2. Went with Old Faithful. Was trying something new early in the week, but said wants to dial it in a little bit more. That one, absolutely perfect. Went with what she's comfortable with. Something we heard Lydia Ko do as well with her putter.
Oh, back to 17.
Yeah, Lynn Grant has already chipped up. She's got about 10 feet left for her par. You can see her just marking the ball. And I think it'll be Alim Kim next to go, Karen?
I think so. And even though she's a little bit further away than Lydia, I actually like the place that she's putting from. It's uphill, and I really think from this portion of the green it gives her the best opportunity to have another birdie. And obviously riding a wave of confidence too. There's a scoreboard just behind and to the left of the green, so I would imagine that people know where they stand.
Yeah, I remember at the US Women's Open in 2020 when she won, she said she was looking at leaderboards coming down the stretch and she knew where she stood, and that's why she played aggressive golf and won those and birdied those last 3 holes. So she's not afraid, and we see that with the way that she plays the game. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, doesn't she, with the fist pumps. And you know, it's such a great way to watch the game when you've got a player like Alim Kim in contention. And it'd be nice to see her be in this position more often. This is a big putt here, kind of almost secure the victory.
It is. I mean, just uphill. Don't see a huge amount of movement either.
Looked like she hit it exactly where she wanted to. She's stepping back to say, why did that not fall to the right?
It's just going to be a par at best. While we have a moment, let's go down to Amy Rogers.
Thanks so much, Tom, here alongside our defending champion, Jeff McNeil, making a nice run up that leaderboard today. 3 birdies and an eagle, just coming up a little bit shy. How was the experience different this time than playing last year?
Weather was better, that's for sure. Last year, I played a little bit more difficult, and kind of knew what to expect this year. Knew the golf course. The first 3 rounds, I just did not play my game. Had a few bad holes. I think the second round, I had 3 doubles, so it was tough. So, you know, came in today. You know, it would have been really hard for me to win, but you know, I just wanted to move up the leaderboard and you know, put together a good round. You know, had some little swing changes on the range, and you know, they paid off.
played great here again for the second consecutive year. What is it that you enjoy so much about competing in this event?
Yeah, this event is great. You know, just playing alongside the LPGA girls and, you know, Hilton Grand Vacations, they put on a phenomenal tournament. So, you know, super happy to be here. But, you know, it's a great tournament. You know, the girls are great. You know, the celebrity players are fantastic as well. And, you know, I learned something, you know, every single year. You know, hopefully come back and, you know, take, you know, this experience and, you know, use it next year.
Well, it's great seeing you here competing again. Nice run up the leaderboard today. Hope to see you next year.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good round today from Jeff McNeil. He was 5 under par. Lynn Grant, good up and down. Stays at 14 under. Tied for third. Be a nice payday to start the year for Lynn. Some CME points on the board. Speaking of the CME, of course, it was Lydia celebrating at the end of the season. This for a birdie.
It really was a quality shot that she played in here and would be thoroughly deserving of a birdie should she make this. I have to think from this part of the green, it will want to move just a bit to the right, but these greens are very tricky to read. You just have to be committed.
So important to commit, even if it's the wrong line, Karen. Always better to commit. Good confident stroke here.
Good too. And now Elim Kim for a par.
Really don't see a huge amount in this one, Morgan, either. She's pretty solid.
She's taking a little bit more time with some of these quite short putts than we've seen her do earlier this week, but can't take anything for granted here.
Okay, 2-shot lead heading to the 72nd tee.
Could kind of see her walk after she missed that putt to her caddy, and her caddy kind of say, it's okay. Like, a good relationship there, their first week working together, but a big moment.
As we go up to 18, this is Jin Young Ko for birdie. 7 under on her day. This to get to 8. Just leaves that one a little short, but wonderful round of golf. 7 under par. Has moved her well up this leaderboard. And a tie for third right now. She began the day in a tie for 6th, and that's the 3rd bogey-free round of 65 we've seen so far this week, but was bettered by Minjee Lee's 10 under par 62 a bit earlier today, and the 2 of them are currently part of that 3-way tie for 3rd with Lynn Grant. Now to our man who will be the celebrity champion. We showed you Joe Pavelski was a bit out of position off the tee here at 18. His second actually ended up in the penalty area, so this is a long putt to save bogey, but the good news is you can't lose points in the modified Stableford format, so his win's locked up. He's got a 5-point advantage over Jeff McNeil right now. This to make it 6, because you can still score a point, Morgan, with a bogey. Well, that'll be point-free final hole for him. But he'll still be our celebrity champion of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. Marty Fish, big smiles, congratulate him, the 2-time champion. And Jin Young Ko, good group he had today. So congratulations to Joe.
It's the first time I've seen Joe play golf up close. Beautiful golf swing, wonderful rhythm, really just impressive golf all the way around this week. Well-deserved champion.
Yeah, making his debut at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. What a good performance, Paige, as we come back to your group here on 18. And Jack Wagner's all smiles, watching Joe wrap up that trophy.
He's a little out of position himself, though. 175 yards remaining into this hole. It's going to make for a very long approach and likely going to take into consideration some rollout. So 148 to cover that front edge.
over that front edge, crest over that hill, and release down towards the hole. Landed very softly there.
Well, Jack Wagner's in a tie for 8th right now on the celebrity leaderboard with none other than Annika Sorensen. And he does have the opportunity to pick up a couple more points here at the closing hole and creep ahead of the Lake Nona resident who's been in the celebrity division this week, has Annika. Next, Coughlin.
147 yards is what she has remaining. Again, that hole is in the back part of this location that slopes away from the players.
Lauren's iron play, just, you saw it in that graphic. Now 17 of 18 greens today. Just not able to convert enough putts to move her way into contention here.
Yeah, so that just hangs on. Now Nelly, this is a must make really if she wants to challenge the title page.
And it's a 9-iron. Expect that it will be right on this flag.
Oh, she had a wonderful approach into here yesterday. That's going to come up a little bit short at 18 today.
Still, I mean, still want to make that, try and make birdie here and put some pressure on Alim, who did make bogey here on 18 yesterday.
Well, Alim and Nelly were 2 of the 3 wide-to-wide winners on the LPGA Tour last year. Nelly did so at the Drive On Championship that was held at Bradenton Country Club, where the LPGA Tour is heading next week. And Alim, of course, did it at the Lotte Championship, trying to convert in similar fashion again today. But next on the 18th tee will be Lydia Ko.
And this whole doglegs round to the left. And the tendency is if you're going to bail out, it's out to the right, because there are a couple of bunkers that lurk and wait for you there. But Lydia's favourite shot fade means she's going to have to start this down the left half of the fairway and let it drift back to the middle.
Almost the H over there in Hilton. Just that fairway finder, teed it down lower than most players would tee the golf ball, but just to get it in play.
And now our leader coming home.
Expect to see a nice high ball flight here from Alim. I mean, I've been incredibly impressed with how she's driven the ball this week. The height, the distance she gets on it. Just awfully impressive.
Even as confident as she's been, she has to be feeling nerves here on this tee. This is a little bit right.
She won't quite find the fairway there at 18. Just off on the right-hand side. You know, she said she focused more on her body over practicing this off-season, so she surprised herself with her opening round of 65 this week, but my goodness, has she been impressive since then, holding on to the lead each and every day. Now, Lynn Grant has birdied this hole all 3 rounds so far. It was an impressive way to finish yesterday, Karen.
It was. She hit a pin seeker on this last hole yesterday, and I mean, it really fits her eye. I mean, she does like to hit the draw, so the right to left movement of it really kind of fits her well.
Well, she hit a fairway finder there. It was such a good birdie yesterday because both Ko and Korda were already in the clubhouse ahead of her with low rounds. They likely would have gone out in the final group yesterday if Lynn Grant hadn't birdied the final hole. So she earned her way into this last group as we move up to the green. And Jack Wagner, the long look. Oh, he's played that beautifully, actually.
A little bit of a rough putt on 16 speed-wise. Dialed that one in nicely. That's a very challenging putt. There's a lot of small little undulations here on 18 with that large one towards the back of the green closer to the hole as well.
So he'll have that left for 2 points in the Stableford format. Now Nelly.
And you're right, Morgan, a lot of subtleties here. Her and her caddy were pointing 2 different directions as they were reading it. Maybe a double breaker here.
Oh, nice done.
Just what she needed to do in this moment. What a clutch putt that was right there from Nelly to put some pressure on Lim Kim. Lim probably hearing the roar, seeing that happen in front of her.
Final round 65 for the world number 1, just capped off by this on 18.
Beautiful rhythm to the stroke, good confidence in the line. Was there going to be any other result right there?
Just rolled it down the hill beautifully, and it's a final round 65 for Nelly Korda, the same number that Lim Kim opened up this week with. Lydia Ko had a 65 yesterday. Jin Young Ko's had a 65 today. Minji Lee, though, the round of the week, you see that 62 up on the board there, has moved her up into a time for third. Now Paige, Coughlin to finish.
A very slow putt from here.
Kind of jumped on her right off the putter face to the left.
All right, well, closing par for the 2-time winner on the LPGA Tour last season. Really breakout year for Lauren Coughlin. Earned herself a place at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions for the first time. Now, let's see how Jack Wagner can finish off his day. This for 2 points and to move up into 7th place on the celebrity leaderboard ahead of John Smoltz.
Just a little tickler one down the hill. Has to pay attention.
Oh, and he's unable to convert that, so it will just be the 1-point bogey to finish for Wagner. He'll get to 131 points and tie John Schmaltz for 7th place. Good performance by him. He's played in this tournament a handful of times. This will be his best ever finish. Finished tied 8th in 2022, 9th in 2020, so followed up yesterday's round of 69 well. But Nelly Korda has set the bar. She's in the clubhouse at 18 under. Karen, as we come back further down 18 and find our leader, Lim Kim, just in the rough to the right-hand side. How's her lie for the second shot?
Her lie is not too bad. I think everybody's trying to decide who is away. Again, it's one of those things where angles make a difference, and I think Lim on the angle is away here. The lie's not bad though, Cara. There's some grass around the ball, but she's only going to have a lofted club. I mean, her total yardage to the hole is 148, but at 143 is where the green starts to slope down towards the flag. She does have a slight upslope as well, which will help add loft to this, and the way she's been striking it, I don't see this being too much of a problem. She's just got to look and find a spot on the green. Should be aiming left of this flag.
At about 140 yards is a good carry number here. Likes it.
Yeah, you saw the club 12, that's why.
Excellent distance control. I mean, still not a bargain. It's not the easiest putt, but really in fantastic position. Clutch shot there. Smart play, as Karen said, left of the hole. Didn't try to take too much on there.
She'll have 2 putts to win her 3rd title on the LPGA Tour. Now, Lynn Grant with her 2nd.
From 140, just on a bit of an upslope. She's taking dead aim at this.
Oh, much like she did yesterday. Lynn Grant likes the 18th hole at Lake Nona. Yeah, fist bump from her brother Jonathan. Let's take another look, Morgan.
Said the one yesterday was her best shot of the day. This one would rival that here. Nearly dunks it there.
Yeah, came to a couple of inches. Well, we have a moment. Let's go down to Amy Rogers.
Thanks so much, Cara. Here with the winner of the celebrity division. Joe, you said you were feeling the heat there today. You knew people were chasing. How would you describe the round overall?
Yeah, the round was great. Obviously got it done. You know, had a little bit of lead going in there, but figured it might get close at some point, might get tight. So it was, you're going to have to go play a good round. Early on, I didn't feel great. You know, it was probably part of the nerves and just not doing it all the time, but got up and down a couple times and started hitting some shots. And, you know, coming down the stretch, there was kind of make that bad bogey on 14, wasn't happy with it, and respond with a nice eagle, which was exciting. It was kind of the highlight of the round, I think, and followed up with a double there, and, you know, and then hit a good one on 17. And it was a nice little walk in and beat it up a little bit down the stretch, but got it done, so excited.
Well, congratulations on the win. First-time winner in your first appearance. Great playing this week.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, final round of 73 for Joey Pavelski today as we get back to the lady who's trying to win the professional portion of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. She has been laser focused all week long, and Alim Kim is looking to convert a wire-to-wire victory for the second time on the LPGA Tour, just a couple of months after she did so at the Lotte Championship in Hawaii.
She has played with the lead since the middle of the very first round. There was one moment when Nelly tied her for a brief moment today, but other than that has been in full control, looked very confident. We talked about it a little bit on the previous green. She's got this confidence about her. It almost seems like a cocky air, but it's not. It's what an athlete needs to have, the belief in themselves in order to get it done, to get it across the line. And she has had that walk, had that fabulous posture, had the club twirls, even when things have not gone her way, a few squirrely shots out to the right. I mean, think back to the tee shot she hit on 7 today, missed it right in the penalty area, ended up making about a 15-footer to save par. What a pivotal moment early in the round to keep the momentum going, to stay in control of this leaderboard, and has just had that air about her all the way home, even with Nelly Korda lurking on the leaderboard.
Well, to your point, you know, she was asked yesterday what it would feel like with the world number 1 and 2 so close, Nelly Korda and Lydia Ko. She said, they're really good players, but I don't care because my focus is not on them. My focus is on my golf. She's done a wonderful job of doing that today as she inches closer to her 3rd win on the LPGA Tour. Not before Lindgren tidies up a great closing birdie at the 18th once again.
That's one thing, though, Cara, for her to say that in a post-round interview, that's my goal, I don't really care. But when you're coming down the stretch and Nelly Korda is making birdies and starting to push on you, it can get stressful, Karen.
No question about it, because you really expect that you're going to have to raise your game, that the pressure starts to ratchet up, and it can really take you out of how you're feeling and how you're playing when you're out here. But she's really stuck to her guns, and I really feel like it's down to how much she is enjoying the quality of golf that she's playing. You know, when the ball's coming off the middle of the club face every single time, and the putts you're hitting are starting on the lines that you want, it's a good place to be, and it allows you to really get into that moment.
Okay, well, it'll be Lydia Ko next to play on 18. The defending champions put in a good performance all in all, 12 months on.
She has. Tricky putt, though. Downhill, moving left for Lydia.
Yeah, this was her 20th win on the LPGA Tour last year. She became the 7th player to win 20 times before the age of 27. We all know what happened later on that year. She went on to win the Olympic gold medal. That qualified her for the LPGA Hall of Fame. Then scooped up a major championship at St. Andrews, the home of golf, in the AIG Women's Open. And she won once more at the Kroger Queen City Championship as well. But today belongs to Alim Kim. 2 putts for the victory. Karen, what's in this?
Cara, I just think she's thinking about cozying this up, trying to get it as close as she can to the hole. Sure, she'd like to make it, but just get the speed right and soak up the moment.
Well, she's looking to become the 2nd player from Korea to win the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. Yoon Hee-ji did so in 2019. Now Alim Kim, 6 years later.
Getting the horse!
Oh, and she tapped it in emphatic fashion. What an exclamation point on an incredible week by A-Lim Kim, who birdies the 18th hole to really secure her third title on the LPGA Tour. A big hug from her caddy, who's been fist bumping her all week long. Their first week together. What an opening partnership for A-Lim Kim and Bruce Lowe. Nelly Korda just with the par putt to finish off. And she closes with a final round 17. Is quick to congratulate this year's champion. You know, I spoke to Bruce this morning at Morgan, and he said, I don't really know how she performs leading over chasing. I guess we'll find out today. Well, how would you grade her performance?
Won Hawaii last year. I think I'm still in shock at how hard she hit that last putt. I mean, there was nothing tentative. There was nothing, I only have to two-putt this to win this competition. I mean, my heart is still racing watching that get closer to the hole. She knew it. It was dead center the whole way, never a doubt. But that just shows how much confidence she has. I mean, this putt was carrying a lot of pace. It was downhill. It was not easy. And she knew it with, what, 5 feet left, that it was dead center?
The crowd called for it. She raised that putter, that familiar sight that we've seen many a time this week. Look at that. Moments before it went in the hole. An emotional reaction once more from the 2025 Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions winner. Oh, congratulations with her caddy Bruce, and the shower of champagne that followed, and some cool water by the looks of things. She entered the week 55th in the Rolex rankings. Well, she'll move
yeah, we got to get your score.
Yeah, much higher thanks to that victory today. And there you have it, a final round 67. So all 4 rounds in the 60s once again for A-Lim Kim, who captures a wire-to-wire victory, much like she did at the Lotte Championship in Hawaii. But in second, after a valiant fight with a Sunday 65, is the world #1 Nelly Korda. And while we have a moment, let's join Amy Rogers.
Actually, it's Paige with Nelly after the round. A brilliant round today and first week of the season. How do you assess the first week out?
Yeah, I mean, not bad. I'm never going to complain with finishing second in a tournament and kind of giving it a run, especially on a Sunday. But there are definitely a couple putts I would like to have back. But overall, I think I'm very happy with this week, and I'm excited for next week.
When you look forward to the rest of the season, what parts of your game, other than a couple putts left over, did you take away from this week that you can put into play in the coming weeks?
Yeah, I think you just have to constantly work on every part of your game. I mean, you can never get lazy. I mean, last year, I always say I'm a very good chipper, and last year I struggled a little bit with my chipping, a little bit with my confidence, and I really grinded that with my coach David Whelan for my short game, and I saw a huge difference this week. So just never getting lazy with any part of your golf game and always working on all of it is something that I'll take into this year.
How important when you come to this first week is it about getting equipment, figuring out where the rust lies? How did that play into this week for you?
It's super important, even if you've made some subtle changes to maybe your golf swing and testing it out under pressure. It's just so different. Like, you can go on the range and stripe it, but it's a different ball game when you come out and play under pressure. So, and obviously, you know, playing in a tournament like this, it's a little bit more easygoing with the celebrities and former athletes, but it's a great week to kind of test out where your game's at.
Well, congratulations on a great day and a great week. Thanks for the time, Nelly. Back to you, Cara.
Paige McKenzie alongside Nelly Korda, who has competed in every single one of the 7 editions of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, but it was A-Lim Kim in just her second appearance at this event who secured the victory in wire-to-wire fashion, holding that for birdie at the 72nd hole as she becomes a 3-time winner on the LPGA Tour. Traveling with Hilton Grand Vacations Ultimate Access is anything but ordinary. Expect spacious accommodations with home-like amenities while staying at some of the most sought-after destinations in the world. The Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions kicks off over 4,000 events and experiences Hilton Grand Vacations has to offer. With the HGV Ultimate Access program, you can enjoy everything from private concerts and celebrity meet and greets to culinary experiences and sporting events just like this one, all with the signature Hilton hospitality. It truly is a one-of-a-kind experience. Head to HiltonGrandVacations.com to learn more. Hilton Grand Vacations. Extraordinary vacations. As we take one more look at the leaderboard here at the closing stages of this season opening event on the LPGA Tour, it was a wire-to-wire victory for Lim Kim, who opened the week with a bogey-free 65 and continued in that fashion. Ultimately, a two-stroke win over the world number one, Nelly Korda, coming off that historic 7-win season last year. It's third for Lynn Grant, a good start for the Swede, who looks to re-enter the winner's circle on the LPGA Tour this season. And there is our defending champion, Lydia Ko, in sixth after a final round 70. Well, let's get out to some highlights from our champion. And after a bogey at the third, Morgan Lim bounced back right away with a birdie at the fourth.
It was a big question, was how would she start this round? And like you said, a slow start there at 3, but will bounce back nicely here at 4 with this brilliant tee shot.
Yes, she converted that one for birdie. She'd birdie the 5th as well. Then at the 7th, after finding the penalty area off the tee, this was the safe par.
This really, the moment of her round on the front 9. What a save on a difficult par 4.
She would birdie the 9th, the hole that she eagled yesterday, so she turned in 2 under, then had this approach into the par 5 11th. But scoring on the par 5s was a bit of a theme this week.
She played the par 5s better than anybody. You mentioned that birdie on 9. That was because she missed a 10-footer for eagle. Would set herself up here with another eagle putt on 11.
She 2-putt for birdie, ultimately bogeyed the 12th, but she kept bouncing back as we go to another par 5 on 15.
She just never let anything really bother her mentally. Did make some mistakes. It was not flawless golf today, but continued to play aggressive golf.
So she birdied 15 and went back-to-back here at 16. I love what she says, Morgan. Safer is just not my style. I focus on my line and I hit it, and that could certainly be said for her closing putt on 18.
Well, when you can execute, I think this putt might still be rolling if it hadn't hit this hole, but it hit it nearly dead center. That's not somebody who was worried about 2-putting, that's for sure.
And she knew it. She knew it early. We've seen her personality all week long. That is her to a T. And even her caddy, Bruce, told me she's a character. And it's so fun to see that out here. He said, I don't think I can recall one hole where she hasn't fist pumped me. She loves to fist pump. And it's just been wonderful to see those emotions come out of our champion here at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. And Morgan, I think Karen spoke about it well following her around the golf course today. You know, she really came out of nowhere when she won the US Women's Open at Champions Golf Club in December of 2020. She wasn't even a member on the LPGA Tour at the time. That can take a while to settle in. It seems to have done so now as she becomes a 3-time winner today.
It's a lot of pressure that she wasn't expecting thrust on herself in that sense, and she really still has handled herself well. She has immense talent, but I think the biggest change is what we've talked about. Eliminating that hook from her golf game, really being able to control the fade. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody as comfortable playing with the lead as Lim Kim did all week this week. And that's not just because of her ball striking. That's because of mental toughness and her true belief in herself, where even when she did make mistakes, I think that mistake on 7, that par save, maybe the biggest moment of the day for her, not threatened by Nelly Korda right in her rearview mirror, tailgating her basically. It was a tough day out there, but she performed just incredibly well coming down the stretch. So clutch, that putt on 16 especially.
Yeah, just kind of the story of her week, and certainly the weekend. Whenever it looked like she might be in trouble, she found a way to escape. And talk about a first week for Bruce on the bag. This has got to be a partnership that's going to continue. You can't get much better than that, a victory in your first week caddying for somebody out on the LPGA Tour.
That's about a dream week there for Bruce, and I knew that was a big thing for Lim, wanting to get Bruce on her bag so that they had such tremendous rapport out there. And I would expect that to continue as the week goes on. He's got a very good balance in his perspective. I think it's always important when you look at a caddy. You never want to know quite how your player's playing. Lim certainly shows it, but Bruce kind of keeps that even keel mentality out on the golf course, which is really important coming down the stretch in these really big moments to try and win a tournament.
Yeah, he parted ways with Frida Shinholt last season, got the call towards the end of 2024 to join Lim Kim, and what a good partnership that has been, as they're now set up for who knows what to come in 2025 after beginning the season with a victory on the LPGA Tour. Well, someone else who's begun his first full year of retirement in pretty nice fashion is Joe Pavelski. After 18 seasons playing in the NHL, he comes to the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions because usually he's busy playing hockey at this time of year, and he secures a 5-point victory in the modified Stableford format as we get out to the golf course and bring you some of his highlights today on the tee here at 13.
Love his golf swing. Everything flows through the ball together, all in one piece. Keeps his arms and his club in front of his body.
Just so impressive to watch some of the sportsmen play this week. Their hand-eye is just incredible. This for Eagle at 15. Jinyanko with the arm up. She called it early. That was a highlight of his round, no doubt. And then finished it up on 18. Didn't actually manage to secure any points on this closing hole, but it didn't matter. It was a 5-stroke victory for Joe Pavelski. And while we have a moment, let's go down to Amy Rogers for the trophy presentation.
Thanks so much, Cara. Well, this Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions is such a fun way to kick off the LPGA Tour season. And despite all the fun, it's a pretty serious competition, too. We saw that, obviously, with that incredible finish from Lim Kim. Now, I would first like to introduce Mark Wang, CEO of Hilton Grand Vacations. Mark, will you go ahead and present the trophy to our champion, Lim Kim? Lim, what an incredible performance. You led all week long here at Lake Nona, but it got pretty close there at the end. How aware were you of what Nelly Korda was doing today?
I know already her really great doing, but honestly, this is not my focus. So, I don't care. Yeah.
Well, that certainly worked in your favor today. This is such a unique event, playing alongside these celebrities. How would you describe the experience competing here this week?
Really amazing because they're hitting really good, and then I learned a lot from them, and then more fun than other tournament.
This is just the start of this LPGA Tour season. What will you take away from what you did here this week as you move forward this season?
I think good start, but that's all. I'm gonna focus on next tournament again, and then focus again my game. That's all. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, an incredible performance. We'll let you go ahead and put that down. It's quite a heavy trophy. And I'll introduce Mark Wang again to do the honors of presenting the trophy to the winner of our celebrity division, Joe Pavelski.
Well, congratulations to Joe Pavelski in his first ever appearance at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. He wins the celebrity division and he gets the honor of sharing the trophy with Lim Kim, who picks up her 3rd title on the LPGA Tour. Asterisk Sally, you saw up on that final green as well. She won the amateur division of this event. Incredibly talented 15-year-old junior golfer. We expect to see her in the professional ranks one day. But ultimately, it's Lim Kim who pulled off a 2-stroke victory in the season opening event on the LPGA Tour. Today's coverage is brought to you by Hilton Grand Vacations. Award-winning resorts, signature experiences, and unforgettable vacations. By Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, a standard of excellence. And by Hilton, for the stay. Well, there were good views flying high above Lake Nona today. Bald Eagle was enjoying the final round of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, ultimately won by Lim Kim. So let's bring you the projected update to the race to the CME Globe standings. Lim Kim, of course, expected to move up into first with 500 points from the win today. Nelly Korda in second, Lynn Grant in third, and there's Lydia Ko sixth after finishing there in her title defense. This, of course, the season opening event. So as we wrap up 4 days of play, what is more of a light-hearted week, of course, in this unique event that features celebrities and amateurs alongside the professionals. Morgan, how excited are you for the season ahead? What will be the 75th anniversary season on the LPGA Tour?
Well, certainly, having been part of the longest-running women's sports organization for a long time, very proud of the 75th anniversary season. 2024 was a big year on the LPGA Tour. It's going to be hard to top. But if this first week was any sign of what's to come, Nelly Korda, again, looking like the Nelly Korda of last year. Lydia Ko right in contention. We have some exciting rookies. Rio Takeda in the field this week. I think of Ingrid Lindblad, Saki Baba as well, going to make her LPGA Tour debut as a rookie here upcoming shortly. So a lot to look forward to, both in the names that we're familiar with and maybe some new names as well this season.
Yeah, Ingrid Lindblad, we saw a lot of her in her amateur days. She played, of course, college golf, as did the likes of Lynn Grant. She performed very well today, her countrywoman from Sweden. But the person who came closest today, of course, was the world number one, Nelly Korda. Our own Paige McKenzie followed her around the golf course today. It was a historic season for Nelly Paige in 2024. We all know that, the 7 wins, including the 5 consecutive to start the season. She's going to have a lot of title defenses coming up in 2025. What are your expectations for her this season?
I imagine that's how she's managing her schedule this year, is figuring out which ones she's going to have to defend and working around that. My expectation based on what I saw today is that she's picking up right where she left off last season. What is interesting is talking to Jason McDeed and Nelly over the course of the week. She did try out a new driver early in the week, didn't stay in the bag the remainder. So this week was a bit of an experimentation for her when you think about knocking the rust off the first week. So when I look at it, she's runner-up in the first week out, and she wasn't necessarily primed to start the season because she wasn't settled on her equipment. I'm looking at that saying everybody else maybe needs to watch out for Nelly Korda again this year. One of the other takeaways that I had this week from Nelly is there were a couple short misses over the course of the week. I saw 2 today. I think over the course of the week it was 6 or 7 that were very makeable putts that she could have had. If she cleans that up, players definitely need to watch out, but it's certainly something to pay attention to for us as we watch Nelly Korda this year.
Yeah, she even admitted to struggling a bit with some of her putts inside 10 feet. Well, she will be defending the first major championship on the LPGA schedule for 2025. That is, of course, the Chevron that will go back to the club at Carlton Woods. The US Women's Open this year will be at Erin Hills Golf Club at the end of May. The KPMG Women's PGA Championship will be at Frisco for the very first time. PGA Frisco out in Texas, Fields Ranch East. Of course, the Amundi Evian Championship will take place as the Evian Resort, as is typical now in July. And the AIG Women's Open will be in Wales this year, Royal Porthcawl Golf Club. And let's get out to our very own Women's Open champion, Karen Stupples. Karen, you've been with us all week long and will be, of course, for the rest of the season. As you look at those major championship venues that are to come in 2025, what are your expectations for some major champions this season?
Well, it's going to be quite an interesting one. I mean, it's a year where we have no Solheim Cup and we don't have the Olympics, so players are kind of free to really go through their schedule and really focus in and zero in on these major championships. I really like Minjee Lee to rebound after a bit of a rough year last year. We saw what she was capable of today, and I think she's going to continue that same kind of form. Lydia Ko wants to make her career Grand Slam. She wants to get those 2 other majors that she's just missing. And I think Nelly Korda, Paige summed it up in a nutshell brilliantly. I mean, Nelly Korda is still the player to beat out here on the LPGA Tour. I'm really interested in those venues too, particularly Porthcawl. It's a venue that we're not really familiar with when we're watching links golf, but I think it's going to stand the test, and typically the weather's going to be very brutal there in Wales, so it's all going to be very interesting coming up. But we had a little hint of what's in store in terms of the players this week for sure.
Yeah, talk about the cream rising to the top. The world's number 1 and 2 were right there or thereabouts all week long. And she mentioned Lydia Ko, Morgan, and when you look at what Lydia did last year, she said, you know, really it was just a fairy tale season, what she did, completing the Olympic medal trifecta, earning gold in Paris, and then, of course, the AIG Women's Open at St Andrews. But she's reset her goals, and as Karen alluded to, she wants to secure the career Grand Slam. What do you make of her chances, then, at either the US Women's Open or the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, which are the two that currently escape her?
She says that the U.S. Women's Open is really the #1 on her list. It's the one that, I mean, I remember growing up making 10-footers. That's to win the U.S. Open as, you know, a young kid on the putting green. And I think that's really certainly the first one that Lydia has in mind. I have not played either venue in that sense, so I'm not entirely sure how they suit her game. But, I mean, she has the mentality of a major champion. And coming down the stretch, that's the most important. We saw that mentality today from Lim Kim. We've seen it time and time again. Think about the mentality and the performance that Lydia Ko put on down the stretch at the Olympics, down the stretch at St. Andrews to win. I mean, what an iconic victory that was for her. It's hard to continue to set that bar higher. She's got to keep reinventing the wheel, so to speak, with her goals and her dreams.
It was
Still
incredible.
So young.
After Paris, she said, well, I can't get much better than that, so I'm just going to go and enjoy the week at St. Andrews, and she played with freedom and ended up winning that one as well. But it all began for Lydia Ko here 12 months ago. She got the monkey off her back after a winless, disappointing 2023 season, and she was the one hosting this trophy last year. But today, it's Lim Kim who triumphed alongside Joe Pavelski, winning the celebrity division in his first ever appearance here at Lake Nona. Well, back at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, where we just wrapped up the final round of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. So why not move from the golf course to the lake? Get the fishing rod out. What a catch. That's dinner sorted. Oh, no, he's going to release the fish back into the lake. Good job. And this is how things stand. Lim Kim, with her third title on the LPGA Tour, got to 20 under par, beating the world #1 Nelly Korda by 2, who put together an impressive final round 65, 7 under to climb to 18. Lynn Grant was in the final group alongside Lim Kim and the defending champion Lydia Ko, who you see down in 6th, in what was a good defense for the title she won last year after a winless season in 2023. As we continue to look down the leaderboard, there's Brooke Henderson, came out without glasses for the first time really since August of 2023. She underwent eye surgery in September. She said it was successful and she can now play golf wearing contacts, which has really helped her. She said the frames got in the way a bit last season, trying to look down the line and see certain putts. So she finished in a tie for 14th this week. Hannah Green got off to a good start, but ultimately finished in 20th. Alexa Pano, who was runner-up last year to Lydia Ko, finished in 27th. Very 74 on Sunday. As we show you the celebrity leaderboard, ultimately won by Joe Pavelski in his first appearance at the event. But Jeff McNeil, who won this last year, played a wonderful round of golf today to move all the way up into the runner-up position and finish 5 points back. Mark Mulder in 3rd and Jeremy Roenick in 4th. And there's the Eagle. He knows it's all wrapped up. It's all finished here at Lake Nona. It's almost time to say goodbye from the season opening event on the LPGA Tour. Coming up next, don't miss Noah Lyles and other Paris Olympic gold medalists compete at the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix right here on NBC. The LPGA Tour returns to action on Thursday with first-round coverage of the Founders Cup. That begins at 11 a.m. Eastern on Golf Channel. From our producer, Jesse Westbar, director, Jeff Jastro, and our entire production team in Stamford and Orlando, we say goodbye from the season opening event at Lake Nona and what has been a wonderful start to the 75th anniversary year of the LPGA Tour. Lim Kim is your champion.